Yes, so it's Tox Boxing with the Mandem, live from London. Yes, guys. Excuse me, I got a bit of a cold, so if you hear me sniveling a little bit, it's just hay fever, cold hay fever, same thing. Just to talk about the Conor McGregor v Mayweather fight, and just to do some analysis on what's actually happening in regards to my opinion, as to Conor's chances against Mayweather. I think a lot enough's been talked about the hype surrounding the fight, the trash talking, the dates, the venues, the money. I want to focus more so on the actual analytical side, as in a UFC fighter, the best the UFC have to offer against the best boxing has to offer. So just to start this off by just going out of and a quote that I heard from Tumblr, from one of a boxing channel that I follow in there, and this is the proposition. So say you've got a fighter, call him Fighter A. He's been boxing since the age of 11, for example. He was boxing at a level so good that he was, scouted as a talent, a great boxer. He beat everyone he met. His skills were in such high regard that he went to every national, continental, world level championship and won. He made a lot of money once he'd become a professional. Held titles at world level as well, and made multiple defenses over consecutive years against really good opponents. And what if I tell you that Fighter A isn't even Mayweather? What if I tell you Fighter A is a fighter that fights Mayweather and doesn't land one single blow? Think about that, guys. You have a guy like Oscar De La Hoya, Shane Mosley, talents like Canelo, talents like Pacquiao, who get in there and Floyd makes them look like amateurs. It's going to be very difficult for Conor to be competitive at this fight at all. In fact, the word and analysis is from everybody around the boxing scene that actually knows their stuff about boxing, and in my opinion, from what I've seen from watching UFC, is I'm looking at a situation. I'm not predicting whether it's a win for Mayweather. It's more how he wins. Is it going to be a UD after a vicious beating and we find that Conor's got a really good chin, or is he just going to knock him out? That's really what it's about. From my side of things, I just can't see Conor winning. Everyone thinks that you can just clock a boxer cold, and that's a big misconception. We call people that think like this boxing casuals because they don't analyze or watch the sport enough to understand that high level and world class elite boxers don't get hit. Excuse me. Thank you. I'm sure someone said bless you out there. High level boxers don't get hit. They got hit by silly shots. Think about the Mosley fight, for example. In that fight, there's a highlight of Mayweather getting hit with two great shots. One that he rides, and the other way he wobbles and does the stanky leg. On my life, if you watch the full fight, that was it. Nothing else. From Shane Mosley, an elite level operator. UFC is a different sport from boxing entirely. UFC has different disciplines, and a lot of the time Conor has, if you know Conor's background, he has boxing background. This weirdly enough, he started off as a boxer in Ireland. He was boxing till the age, I think, 16. Then he decided to go as an amateur in the MMA. So as in, Conor's been dominating. If you watch his fights, dominating by boxing. Most of his wins are by knockout. He can box. The issue is the level he's boxing at is a standard level. It's a standard level. It's a level that doesn't catch the eye of any coach in any gym. You can find anyone that can fight to that level. It looks better in UFC because a lot of guys are such terrible fighters. There's no quality control in the UFC's sport, so Conor can run through there and beat up guys and make it look simple. I think there was a sparring video of him and Chris Van Heerden, and if you guys don't know Chris Van Heerden, he was an Errol Spence victim. Errol Spence stopped him in, I think, the 8th or 7th round, battered him. It wasn't even close. Watch the sparring footage of Chris Van Heerden against McGregor, and it's the reverse of that. He's just beating him up, and you could tell he's only on second gear, maybe third, and he's just beating him up. Sparring sessions don't always tell you the truth about outcomes, but one thing, and I've had this debate with many of my mates before, which is when you compare the two sports, you realize because UFC, there's so many ways to win. You don't get to perfect the skill. You become a master of nothing and a practitioner of many trades. Whereas in boxing, you only perfect one skill, and that's to throw your hands. It's a lot easier for a boxer, as you see with Holly Holmes, to come and take a title than it is for a UFC fighter to come into boxing. Recently, if people don't know, there was a UFC fighter. His name skips my mind, but he came into boxing last week and he's dead. This is reality, guys. A UFC fighter who's been knocked out many times in the UFC comes into boxing, fights a decent enough boxer, no one's special, and he gets a beating so badly he dies. You know, RIP to his family. But I think people need to understand that boxing is a different ball game from what UFC is. Not to make this a UFC against boxing, but just to let you guys understand the difference in levels. In UFC, you can get knocked out and the referee will save you. You can get choked out. There's many ways to lose. In boxing, you practice at being really, really good at hitting people that don't want to be hit. Mayweather's accurate. He's hitting guys that have good defense, guys that move their head, guys that don't get hit a lot, and he hits them flush over and over and over again. Is Conor's defense good enough to stop getting hit flush? Because I don't think his attack's good enough to hit Mayweather flush. Do you understand? If there's any chance at all, it's he clocks Mayweather. But if you're looking at a guy who's been fighting since an amateur all the way till now, who's never been knocked out, no sparring war stories about Mayweather being knocked out, never been knocked down, never seen him been knocked down, then I guess you're looking at a situation where you're hoping and praying for something that's not possible. Guys, this is not going to be competitive. This is going to be a beating. Mayweather can go old overnight and still beat McGregor. In fact, Shane Mosley can come and beat McGregor. In fact, a couple retired boxers, Sugar Ray Leonard might come and beat McGregor. There's levels to this boxing thing. There's a skill to this. This isn't just caveman brawling. This is hit and don't get hit. It's move sideways, use your brains, defend, work out strategies. The rope-a-dope wasn't a technique because Ali's a caveman. It was a technique because you let your opponent come onto you, you defend against all his flurries, and you counter. These are the type of things that you don't see in that element of Conor McGregor's game. Because UFC is a different type of sport. Some guys come in with wrestling and they get clocked. Some guys come in with jiu-jitsu, they get clocked. You're talking about we're just standing and using our fists. He's restricted now. He can't kick. He can't take a man down. All he can do is protect his head and his body. And Mayweather's been practicing hitting your head and your body since he was a 5-year-old. Put the house on Mayweather. But the real question is, can he knock him out? And that's the question even I can't answer. Can Mayweather still finish guys? Let me know what your thoughts are on the whole Mayweather v McGregor situation and whether or not McGregor has a chance. If you agree, explain to me what you agree with, and if you disagree, tell me what parts of it you disagree with. This is Tox, live from London, boxing with the Mandem, guys. See ya.